Okay, got recent printed copy of the Phantasy Star Compendium, and it's got a lot of illustrations in, as well as an interview from back 30 odd years ago. An interview with the developers Phantasy Star series. They were talking about their development of Phantasy Star 4, and you got the, I think that's Nay, the Newman girl from the second game. And that's Ren from the fourth game, or it could be from the third game. Ain't got a clue. It's Demi there. It's Rune. I think that's Alisa from the very first game. There's Rudy Chaz. Don't know who the fuck she is. Anyway, don't matter. Fuck it. Anyway, just working with it. There we go. Oh wow. Right, this is Japan coming up with Instagram when Instagram wasn't around. That ass shot. You know? Probably anime came up with girls wearing G-strings and shit like that, I don't know. She's gonna have a yeast infection, alright, and I think that's Nay first. I'm not too sure. No clue. Anyway, this is the Japanese covers for the Phantasy Star games, the classics. We're not talking about the online games there. Apparently Dark Force was known as Dark Forest in the Japanese version of the series. So it's Dark Dick in Japan. What else? Yeah, this is in black and white on my instruction manual. When I used to own a Mega Drive copy of Phantasy Star 4. And it looked pretty cool. Really good shit. There's Phantasy Star 3, that's my very first JRPG. Back in 1992, I think I played it. Or was it 93? I can't fucking remember. I rented it. I didn't buy a copy, but I did rent it. That's name from the second game. I don't understand what's said here, because I can't understand Japanese, but I heard that there's a translation of the Compendium. Rebecca Kapowski. She's apparently pretty cool. She's a cool fan localizer of the series. I think she did some work on Phantasy Star Online 2. And I heard that she is involved in the gaming industry. I could be fucking wrong. She hasn't done any audio interviews at all. She's very, very private, but she's cool. I rate her. She localized Phantasy Star 3. She retranslated it. I don't think she liked the game that much now. Could be wrong. Here's Dark Dick, Flawless, and there's the Sky Dragon. There's Lashik, or Lasik in the English version. There's Rolf Uses wearing a cloak for some fucking reason. It's badass there now. Nay holding a gun. I guess that was the. I guess we're gonna let her use guns in the prototype version. I don't know. There we go. And here's the characters from Phantasy Star 2. It's Rudolph. There's Amy and I forgot her fucking name in Japanese, but she's called Anna in the English version. Forgot her fucking name. Don't matter. Hugo in the English version. Can't remember the original Japanese name. Kane, but I think he's called something else in Japan. I don't know her as Sheer, but I don't know what she's called in Japan. Can't remember. Fortunately, she's shit, because Phantasy Star 2, they forgot to put the right stats for all Laconian daggers. Other than that, she's apparently pretty good in the remake of 2, though. She's pretty good for crowd control, but overall, I rate her for the fourth character. You know what I mean? You just she can just do what she does. Just get into the Stormground. Boom, bam, boom. She's your, you know, and him as well. Just equip them both with shields. He's good for the final bosses. You know, his attacks are pretty good. You just need him. You need him. You just need him. Unfortunately, she's not very good. But, no, she's good for stealing shit. She's pretty good. If I'd known I could steal a fucking item that can help me save in any place in the Phantasy Star II world, it would save me a lot of trouble. I played it blind as a kid, completed it. You know, I didn't have a hint book or any of that shit. I had to figure things out on my own. That's Phantasy Star. That's the third Phantasy Star game I played, Phantasy Star II, because it was hard to get. I first played 3, 4, 2, and then 1 later on. I always wanted to play 1 though, but yeah, look at that. People today would say this fucking game looks shit, but for its time, it's pretty revolutionary. Apparently, it was one of the longest games to come out on the old 16-bit consoles. Because of the size of the cartridge or whatever the fuck. It was a long game, apparently, for its time. There's Phantasy Star III. Gets a lot of grief from fans saying it's the black sheep of the series and all that. I just think if it was properly finished, it would have been good. I think it's a good game though. You know, with the limitations it had, you know, but it's a shame it was rushed. I mean, if they did a remake, they should do a remake of Phantasy Star III, in my opinion, to help it fit in with the rest of the games. Because it is consistent with 4, because 4 takes place chronologically 1,000 years before this game. And in the 4th game, you kill off Dark Force for good, whereas he survives in 3, which makes it full sense. You know, it's supposed to, if they fix that, this will be a worthwhile, you know, canon-wise, this will be good. It's a good game anyway, but it's just like, they fix, you know, the text and stuff like that, be a good game. I played the fan translation, and I like the fan translation more than the English. They got more depth to them, but this is in need of a remake. They need to remake the whole classics, in my opinion. But yeah, there you go. This final boss gave me grief when I first killed him because I didn't bother to use items back in the day. Yeah, I think he used. Yeah, Phantasy Star 4. Everyone loves Phantasy Star 4. I don't know why they went with the new one thing. I guess in Japan they have a cat fetish or something like that. They like cat girl fetish. I fucking know. Anyway, he bangs her at the end. They pretty much bang one another at the end, and they have kitties. And yeah, part is more inclusive now because it was kind of racist not including him. People like him, you had to kill him in the first game. Well, people like his ancestors in the first game. Androids in the 4th game don't use text for some reason. Don't know why. They didn't really properly explain that in the 4th one. So yeah. Yeah, Raja's a must. He just pretty much makes the game easy. In the last way, he makes the final boss easy. There we go. Villain from the first game come back to life. Trent Reznor. Apparently looks like Trent Reznor from the Nick Janelles. There's Trent Reznor's buddy. And there you go. I think that's I forgot her name. I think she's the neighbor of Alice in the 4th game. That's Rooted Chaz's mentor. She gets killed. But you guys, you don't pretty much played the game out front, and you lot watch YouTube anyway, so might as well spoil it. And you pretty much seen this in the Sega Sam Phantasy Star collection, so this is from the Phantasy Star Text Adventures. It's been translated by Rebecca Kapowski, I think. They class says canon, so I guess it's canon. I've never played them. I think this is Phantasy Star Gaiden, not the text adventure. I think it's Phantasy Star Gaiden. I'm not sure. Oh, Phantasy Star Adventure, right? I don't know. I haven't played the text adventures. Oh, the text adventures are here. So yeah. Clips from the adverts in Japan, TV adverts, and you get the interview. There's Reiko Kodama. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but she's pretty much one of the founding members of the Phantasy Star development team. She worked on 1, 2, and 4. She was pretty much director of 4. She looks fucking young now. She's about in her late 20s when she did the last game, and then she works on Skies with Katie with her team, Dreamcast, and she's done Seventh Dragon. She's pretty done modest stuff since then. Everyone's the old school fans are begging them to do number 5. Please do number 5. Please do number 5. But they've had enough, so it's like that. You got the online stuff. Gang, we're too old. He is a Sonic team member. He wrote the script of 2, and I think he wrote the script for 4, and I think he was involved in Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Online 2. I'm not sure if Yuji Naka's there because he's done programmed the first game. He pretty much came up with the 3D dungeons, pretty much designed them. Well, he programmed them, but he didn't design them, but he programmed them and make them run at a certain pace or something like that. And you get some artwork here from the first game. I think Rico designed Alice and Lutz. See, there's some art here. There we go. Some of the monsters. There's the last sheet there. That's cool here. I like this stuff. Even if I can't understand there's the mammoth. Appears in the second game. Don't think he appears in the fourth game. And the skeleton people in mine. And there are the weapons here. Phantasy Star 2. Don't think they included the enemies in there. No, they didn't, fortunately. There's no first there. Oh yeah, there's some of the enemies here. Yeah, actually, yeah, some of the enemies. You got the monkey brains, and you got some of the enemies here. That's interesting. Not sure what this enemy is. Probably a boss that was supposed to be included. I don't know. I got a feeling that this is the monster that killed the. It's going to be the boss that killed the thieves at the start of the game. You go to the first dungeon, you see dead bodies and shit like that. So maybe that was like that. I don't know. I could be dead wrong. Anyway, it's interesting stuff. Yeah, there's Dark Forest Form 1. There's Catgirl, Rika, Foul. A little more modest here. But they decided to go with the whole swimsuit outfit. Sex appeal and all that. There's Room with the whole Lutz outfit on. Because he's pretty much Lutz, he just inherited his fucking powers and memory and shit. I think that's Alice. She pretty much snuffs it. Go. Some artwork here. Don't know what that says. Probably a joke. That's Rune with black hair. And then that's Han. Sorry, Han. There's Zio here. And apparently he's got like a mutated arm, but it wasn't shown in the. It wasn't really shown in the main game. And apparently he was going to be. He was going to have more background put into his character. He's supposed to be like a failed Lutz candidate. He was an Esper, basically, Esper trainee, and he, didn't meet the requirements to be the next Lutz, so he decided to, join the Dark Force and become his minion. So yeah, it's interesting shit here. Don't know what that says here. Oh no, this is the timeline. But I think it's translated in the Compendium. Yeah, I think it's translated online. The timeline, it's translated like a Kapowski girl. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. I'm gonna be doing this. Show friends. Some comic strip here. I don't know what the fuck it said here. So it's probably translated as well. And that's it. That's pretty much it. It's a nice copy. It's worth a buy. They're sold out now, so I'm glad I got myself a copy. So it's pretty good.